Hey there everybody, this is Gary from Constricted and Addicted. I want to welcome you back to my channel. First video of 2022, and I'm hanging out with Cora today, my super dwarf 50% Calotoa retic, who I love so very much. This girl is just a wonderful, wonderful animal. We are really bonding, and the more I handle her, the more I just really, truly love this girl. I'm in awe with her. But today's episode, we're going to talk about 10 Instagram and YouTube accounts that I follow, and what I'd like to do is share them with you. The first account that I'm going to talk about today is an Instagram account that I just recently started following, and I got a shirt from, matter of fact, DMT Retics. Super happy about my shirt. It's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And it's a funny story how I found DMT Retics. I have a friend of mine that I actually purchased Cora from, and I'm always searching retic accounts on Instagram. So I searched retics, and DMT Retics came up, and I started looking at their photos, and all of a sudden I see a photo of a snake that I was going to purchase from the person that I had bought Cora from. And without even thinking, I took a screenshot, I sent it to him, and I said, "Hey man, isn't that your retic?" And he just said, "Yep." And what it did was it prompted me to go back to DMT Retics page, and I noticed that he was one of the likes on that page. So I felt terrible, and I told him, I said, you know, there are people out there that sometimes what they'll do is they'll take pictures of people's snakes and then scam them. And he had agreed with me, but he says he knew the guys over at DMT Retics. He was helping them out, and so I was apologizing profusely about it. But what I did was I ended up going back to DMT Retics. I started checking their page out. I started checking out all the beautiful animals they have. And of course, I saw the shirt, and I messaged them and said, "Hey, I would love to have one of your shirts." And they sent it out. And here it is. Just got it today. So I felt it was appropriate to go ahead and wear this shirt while I'm telling you about the 10 Instagram and YouTube accounts that I am following. So DMT Retics is definitely an awesome account. They've got some beautiful retics. They're also on Morph Market, and a lot of the retics that I saw, I believe they're mainland retics, but they have got a slew of beautiful animals on their website. Go and check them out on Instagram, DMT Retics, also on Morph Market, DMT Retics. My next account is Herpnasium. Of course, I'm going to pull Herpnasium in there because I'm very good friends with Leanne, who is the owner or the co-owner of Herpnasium. If you go over to Herpnasium's Instagram account, which is also an Instagram-only account, she has got some beautiful animals, lots of variety. She does a lot with colubrids, boa constrictors, reticulated pythons. She's even picked up a brand new Asian water monitor, I believe it is. And she's been posting a lot of pictures about the Asian water monitor, and she's just a wonderful person. Again, she does have a Morph Market and this Herpnasium. I actually have some of my boa constrictors that are for sale on Herpnasium's Morph Market page. So if you want to go check out and see what I've got for sale, go to Herpnasium Morph Market. But if you are not subscribed to Herpnasium's Instagram page, I certainly suggest that you go there, you do it. Like her page, follow her, because she has some quality animals that are personally hers and some for sale. And the next account that I will talk about is Reach Out Reptiles. And I'm a big fan of Reach Out Reptiles. As a matter of fact, it is a goal, it's a dream for me to own a super dwarf at some time from Reach Out Reptiles. Garrett Hartle is probably the man when it comes to talking about information about super dwarfs, the care, the knowledge, the history, where they are, the localities. You want to talk about a super dwarf retic, Garrett is the guy that has all the information. And anytime I am looking for care and information on this girl right here, or any of the new super dwarf retics that I'm bringing into my collection, Reach Out Reptiles is the YouTube account that I go to, that I get all my information from, and apply the care that Garrett puts out there to my animals, and it tends to work. I also have some history with Reach Out Reptiles, where I really wanted to buy a retic from them. They were the first people that I reached out to because, as we all know, Reach Out Reptiles is the ultimate and the premier breeder for the super dwarf retic. Me personally, I just got into the super dwarf retics not too long ago. I just found out about them. They're beautiful and amazing animals, and I thought, you know, it'd be wonderful to have a retic that doesn't get the size of a mainland retic. So being introduced to the super dwarf retics, that's how I was introduced to Reach Out Reptiles. And of course, you know, Reach Out Reptiles had a lot going on as of lately. They had the building that they moved into. Garrett was at Tinley, and I believe Joe was off doing an assignment because he's in the military, and I was looking to buy my first super dwarf retic from Reach Out Reptiles, and I did not get any response back from them, and what response I did felt like it was an automated letter. Every once in a while I did get a response back from Joe. I even called, and I just didn't get any response back from Reach Out Reptiles. So it forced me to go to another avenue, and that's how I bought Cora, my super dwarf Calatoa, which in hindsight was one of the biggest blessings that I ever got. So, but you know, I kept on trying to reach out Reptiles, and I finally did get a hold of, I believe it was Amy or Allie, I don't remember who it was, and she was in contact with me every time I emailed. So she really stepped up to the plate for Reach Out Reptiles. In the interim though, what I did find was New Shed Serpents, and New Shed Serpents to me right now is kind of like my Reach Out Reptiles. Chris is a very, very knowledgeable person when it comes to these beautiful animals, and he's in my top 10, so I am not going to go ahead and start talking about Chris in this video. But what I do want to let you know is that in the future, if I do add a fourth super dwarf retic to my collection, it will come from Reach Out Reptiles. The next account that I would like to talk about is an account that's on Instagram. I don't personally know if she's got a YouTube page. I don't know what she does otherwise for social media, but I do follow her. It's MOD Exotics, and that's Mother of Dragon Exotics. One of the things that really drew me to her is that she has a lot of, or I shouldn't say a lot, she's got a couple super dwarf retics, but she's got some absolutely amazing mainland retics as well. And you know, anybody who's got the name Mother of Dragons and is a big Game of Thrones, you know, like her, like myself, I am drawn to that. I am totally drawn to that. Every one of her retics, I believe, is named after a character in Game of Thrones, and her page is just awesome. Look, she just had babies. One of her retics dropped a clutch, I believe it was on New Year's Day. So that's been kind of fun to follow, is watching her get these babies and show them off and put them on camera, and to see what they actually, you know, what they start growing up to look like. So MOD Exotics, or Mod Exotics on Instagram. She's got a great page, some great animals. I enjoy following her, and you should too. So one of the guys that I went to early on when I was searching boa constrictors was Jason's Exotic Reptiles. Jason has got an approach that's very direct. He's very confident, and he's just, I love his style when it comes to talking about boa constrictors, the differences of boa constrictors, the care of boa constrictors. The guy has got a great channel. He's got some great animals. He's not afraid to get in there and get his hands dirty. He's one of those guys that will hold a baby boa constrictor and show you how to tame it down, getting bit in the process. And not that I'm a big fan of that, but you know what he does is he actually shows you the snake is afraid of you just as you are afraid of it, and you just got to get past that. And he actually does a really good video on taming down baby boa constrictors. A lot of good care videos for him, the proper feeding of boa constrictors. Jason has always been a go-to when it comes to boa care for me. I love his channel. I love the diversity of his boa constrictors. And Jason's Exotic Reptiles, I know that he's on Instagram and that he's on YouTube. Check him out if you are not subscribed. Next one on my list is the All-Canadian Reptile Girl. Really like her account. I found her through Wiccan's Wicked Reptiles, and she was on the 10 most underrated YouTube channels, and I checked out a lot of the ones that he listed, but she was the one that I started to follow. I followed her on her Instagram. This girl has a knowledge of wealth when it comes to the keeping, the care of, knowledge in general. of reptiles. And I just recently did an interview with her. If you get a chance, check it out. It's on my episode called Everything Reptiles. And the All Canadian Reptile Girl, check her out. Subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to her Instagram account. She definitely has a great plethora of exotic reptiles, from boa constrictors to the new jungle python that she just got, and her tegu jub. She's got a lot of stuff, so give her a chance. Check her out, All Canadian Reptile Girl. All right, so the next one I'm going to do is new shed serpents. I am a big fan of new shed serpents. I got to tell you, Chris McVicker is definitely one of the best guys that I have ever had the pleasure of dealing with as far as purchasing a reptile, the after purchase of the reptile, and then making it very easy to choose to buy another reptile from this guy. He is just an amazing person. You know, he sends me text messages. A lot of times it's, you know, how am I doing with Cora? When I first got Cora, you know, he was very concerned, and he showed that. And, you know, I just kept on working with her, and as you could see, she's become an extremely wonderful animal to handle and to have in my possession. Just, I love her to death. So Chris, man, you are one of my favorite Instagram accounts that I get to watch and I get to learn from. And you know, I'm also getting ready to finish paying off a second Super Dwarf retic from him, my Calatoa lavender albino female. I believe it's Het Snow. I'd have to go back and take a look at that. I don't really pay attention too much to the hets because I'm not breeding. He made it just very easy for me to go to him and say, you know what, I am going to buy another reptile from you. And like I said in my earlier, that I was really interested in getting a snake from Reach Out Reptiles. And Chris has kind of become that Reach Out Reptiles to me. There's these hidden gems that we have in our community that, you know, they're not as big as Reach Out Reptiles or Jason's Exotic Reptiles or some of these bigger accounts. They're these hidden gems that we just find out about. And I gotta tell you, Chris McVicker is definitely one of those hidden gems in the hobby. I'm glad I got to know him. I'm glad that he is somebody that I can trust to buy an animal from. And you know what? Check out his Instagram. If you get the opportunity, go to Morph Market, check out New Shed Serpents, and definitely check out his reptiles. All right, my next YouTube account doesn't have an Instagram, but I just recently started watching his channel, and it's amazing. I really do like it. When I had first gotten Cora, my Super Dwarf reticulated python, one of the first types of videos that I started searching for was how to tame a reticulated python, and Intrepid Exotics came up. And this guy is just super like humble, down to earth. It's just like you and me. I really enjoy his channel, and he's got a wide range of exotic reptiles, from his monitors to his reticulated pythons. I believe he's got a couple of boas, but the guy's got an amazing channel. I really do like his content. I like the way he presents himself, and he will be another one of my guests on Everything Reptile here in the next couple of months that I will be doing an interview with, and I will be getting to know a little more. So stick around for that. Check out Intrepid Exotics on YouTube. I believe he's got a Facebook account. You can go to Facebook and check out Intrepid Exotics, and great channel. Alrighty, so the next one I'm going to talk about is Brian Boas. And Brian Boas is like the encyclopedia for me of boa constrictors. The guy has got an amazing amount of knowledge. He really focuses strictly on the locality boa constrictors, and he's got some locality boa constrictors that some people would die to have in their collection. I mean, they are amazing, from the Iquitos Peruvians to the South Brazilian Peruvians, or the South Brazilian red tails. He's got more BCCs in his collection than I have seen in anywhere else. And some of these BCCs, if you should happen to come across them on Morph Market, are in the thousands and thousands of dollar range. So, but the guy knows his stuff. He's really educated on the care of BCCs, the locality boa constrictors. I think he's got education in herpetology or herpetoculture, whatever the term is. The one thing about Brian though is that sometimes he can be a little dry, and I don't mean that in a bad sense, but you know, sometimes you're watching him and it's just, for me, it's just kind of hard to continue to watch the video. You know, once you get all the information that you need, it's just, he seems kind of dry, and you know, but I do watch him. I see all his videos. I do look to him for help. There have been a couple of occasions where I've actually messaged him privately for help, and he's been there and he's been able to help me out. So if you haven't checked out Brian Boas, check out Brian Boas on YouTube. He's also got a Facebook account, but I think he's got an Instagram account. He doesn't use it very often. So check him out. If you ever have boa constrictor care concerns, go to Brian Boas. The guy is awesome. And the last account that I'm going to talk about is a good friend of mine. We have developed a really good friendship over Instagram. We message each other online, offline, share a lot of pictures between each other, share a lot of our snakes, you know, back and forth. The guy is a wonderful person. He's got a great collection, and not a lot of people have anacondas in their reptile collection, and that's Ben Cincy snakes. The guy is just a super cool human being in general, super nice. I mean, the guy would bend over backwards. He's got all this great merchandise now, you know, like with the pictures of Pop-Tart, and he's got his shirts for sale. He's just got a great page, great account. If you're on YouTube, check out Ben Cincy Snakes, the Constrictor Chamber. I love watching him interact with those anacondas. They are just an amazing snake to own. I don't know that I would personally want to own one. Matter of fact, I know I wouldn't want to own one, but vicariously I will live through Ben and watch him own his and listen to the care that he gives on them. They're beautiful animals, Pop-Tart and Mountain Dew. And then of course his Instagram has got some great information on it as well. One of the things I really like about Ben is he's not telling you how to take care of your animals. He shares with you how he takes care of his animals. And that's one of the things I truly respect about Ben, is that, you know, he just shows his animals to you. He shows, you know, everything. He doesn't have any, you know, filters. If you go and he takes pictures, he's still got Christmas lights up on his enclosures. And you know what? He just has no holds barred. He shares his animals with you no matter what. And that to me is like, that's awesome. So if you have not checked out Ben Cincy Snakes, do so on YouTube, and Ben Cincy Snakes on Instagram. Thanks for watching, you guys. This is my 10 accounts right now that I am following and that I interact with constantly on Instagram or YouTube. The reality is that there's way more than 10 accounts. I could sit here probably and do 30 or 40 accounts, and I might do something like this every so often where I present to you 10 accounts that I follow, so that if you're interested, you can check them out. Maybe you can follow them too, because we are all in this together. This is a hobby, and I need you guys to help grow. So I will give you the information that I have, and you can do with it as you wish. So thanks for watching. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and we'll see you next time.